ABC 13 Eyewitness News Tonight starts now.
And we have breaking news from Montgomery County on this Sunday night, where a driver had to be rescued after his car went airborne, then wrapped around power lines. A delicate operation to get him out of that car coming up.
And this family and friends are searching for answers tonight after a Houston nurse suddenly just disappeared. And the friends are worried something terrible may have happened.
But we do begin tonight with an important heads up on the weather. A lot of rain is moving our way, and there is the threat of flooding.
Now, right now, the big question is timing. Meteorologist David Tillman here now with us with a look at when and where we're expecting the storms. David?
I tell you what, it still looks like first thing in the morning is going to be the worst part of the day as far as the heavy rain goes. And because of that, National Weather Service has put all of Southeast Texas under a flash flood watch. That watch goes into effect at 3 o'clock in the morning and lasts until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Still expecting somewhere between 1 to 3 inches of rain, with a couple of places getting 4 to 6 inches of rain wherever training does develop. Outside right now, things are quiet, just a little drizzle around the city of Houston. But look at this mean line of thunderstorms that has developed out to the west of San Antonio. This line of thunderstorms is moving in our direction, and our latest future track says it'll be in our western counties by the time we get to 3 o'clock in the morning. That system is going to be moving into the city of Houston just in time for rush hour, and then it'll start to move on to the east as we approach the late morning hours. If it's moving progressively like that, maybe the flooding won't be as bad, but if it slows down and we get training thunderstorms, we could have quite a problem as we get into tomorrow. So overnight tonight, storms will be moving in after midnight. Monday morning, heavy thunderstorms are guaranteed for Southeast Texas, and then as we get into Monday afternoon, just a few lingering showers. We'll track it again with Pinpoint Future Track coming up in weather.
All right, thank you, David. Well, the Harris County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management is going to be monitoring the weather at Transtar. They will step up their readiness level when the flash flood watch begins.
At 3 a.m., we're going to be at level 3, and we're going to be at high readiness throughout the morning. What that means is we'll have our fire, law enforcement, transportation, and emergency management partners here in this room next to each other, watching the forecast, seeing how that's impacting traffic, and being able to share that information and respond accordingly depending on whatever happens.
Now, you're urged to check the weather forecast as soon as you wake up tomorrow.
And that's exactly why now is really the time to download the ABC 13 News app. We will keep you updated constantly on the weather conditions, and join Eyewitness News starting at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow for the latest weather and traffic.
Breaking news now from Montgomery County, where a delicate rescue operation has been taking place over the last hour. Now look at these pictures of a car suspended in the air on a power pole. According to witnesses, the driver nearly hit another vehicle at a high rate of speed, then crashed into that utility pole. The power lines then fell on top of the car. The driver was stuck inside while emergency responders worked to cut the power and then get him out. They did finally manage to get him out of that situation and rushed him to a hospital by ambulance. Nobody else was hurt.
Now, only on 13 tonight, friends and family of a missing man are trying to spread the word that their friend suddenly stopped showing up for work and seems to have disappeared. And to them, it just makes no sense at all. Eyewitness News reporter Christine Dobbin is live from the Texas Med Center tonight with what we know about this. Christine?
Natasha, relatives are passing these out. They say they filed a police report, and they believe the last people to actually text with their brother were co-workers here in the medical center. Every flyer they hand out could be the one that helps them find their loved one.
He will not leave without saying goodbye to his sister.
The family of Glenzer, or Glenn Solomon, says he is a 44-year-old Filipino male who has worked as a nursing supervisor at St. Luke's for more than a decade. His car is also missing, a gray BMW X5 with a memorable personalized plate, Chubby. Nothing was disturbed at his spring home.
The house was armed properly. The only amiss is that his bed was unmade, and with him being so strict like that, that's a no-no for him.
His loved ones have gone down the list, checking hospitals, tow shops, accident reports, retracing his work route. Relatives say Solomon is a responsible, routine-oriented person who would never just disappear like this. They believe the last person taught church
And
they're hoping someone will recognize him Christine Dobbin, 13 Eyewitness News.
A community came together tonight to show its support for Liberty County Precinct 1 Constable Justin Johnson. He was seriously injured, hit by a pickup while directing traffic. Tonight, we do have encouraging news about his condition. A community prayer vigil happened in Liberty, and Eyewitness News reporter Stephen Romo is live outside the hospital with an update on how the constable is faring.
Yeah, Tom, just an incredible update tonight. We're told that Constable Johnson was able to stand today and was actually able to take some what happened just last week when he was hit by a vehicle while directing traffic. Singing, prayers, and unexpected celebration.
To know that he got up and walked today, it's a miracle. I can't think of any other way to say it.
Constable Justin Johnson awoke today and was able to stand, even take some steps.
It actually is a miracle. Many miracles have taken place in this young man's life.
Ted Smith, priest at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, says Johnston's improvements are astounding.
It's turned into a pretty joyful service.
Family friend and Johnston's third grade teacher, Glenda Hardin, says the service went from one of despair to one of joy.
When it was planned originally on Friday, he wasn't even breathing on something.
Johnson was hit by a car last week while directing traffic in Liberty County. He was flown to Memorial Hermann, sent to the ICU with severe head injuries. Johnson's family members attended the service tonight, asking God to complete the healing that's already begun.
It has been terrifying. They are very hopeful and encouraged, of course.
Though there's a long road left in his recovery, there's also relief that this service is a celebration and not a memorial.
Just keep praying.
Stephen Romo, 13 Eyewitness News.
So very good to hear. Well, some new information tonight about the man police are looking for in connection with the deadly shooting that happened in the parking lot of a busy shopping center. This all happened in the middle of the day at Timber Forest near FM 1960. The sheriff's office tells us that a man wearing a trench coat was last seen leaving a car where a man was found dead today. So far, no details about a motive. Now, the victim was a man in his 20s or 30s. He was shot and found slumped over in the front passenger seat. The sheriff's office is looking for more eyewitnesses right now.
Cases we've been following closely this past week have been
investigating club that left to. It happened at Fantasy Island on Westheimer near Ashford. Argument inside the club around 5:30. People were. He had just spoken to us, not knowing.
I love you. Thank you for renting the car from me. That's what he said to me.
Investigators have not yet identified the other person who was killed.
If you do not show up, you're not going to have a job.
When he says whoever took the day off today can find another job tomorrow.
They took the day off to make a statement during the A Day Without Immigrants protests, and it cost them their jobs. What does their former boss have to say? That's coming up.
And a hectic day out on the Gulf. The Coast Guard came to the rescue during two emergencies at the same time, and they say lives could have been lost if it was not for one important thing.
And next, a prayer party at the club. A local church is rolling out something new and unusual, and if you're headed to a bar next weekend, they might run into you.